Good morning, students. Today is Tuesday. We are not doing any warm-ups or PNRs this week. I did forget to tell you that yesterday, so please make sure that you have saved your warm-up sheet. And like I said, no PNRs. Last night, you had solving one-step inequalities by adding and subtracting. So please get out your packets, and we will go over a couple of the answers today. Now, we did 1 and 2 together. So right now I'll explain 3 and 4, and then you can check the rest of your answers from there. So for number 3, I'm going to write it down here just so that I can have enough room. It is a -7. The inverse of -7 is +7, so I'm going to add 7 to both sides. These will cancel out. I will be left with x is greater than or equal to -8 plus 7. -8 plus 7 turns into -1. X is greater than or equal to -1. When I graph this, it is a closed circle because it is equal to, and because it is greater than, it is going in that direction, into the right. For number 4, we have x minus 1 is less than or equal to 3. In order to get x by itself, we need to add 1 to both sides because it is the opposite. You will be left with x, bring down your inequality sign, less than or equal to. 3 plus 1 is 4. It is a closed circle to the left. Please take a moment to pause the video and check your answers. N is going to be less than or equal to 6. Number 7 is going to be n is less than 11. It is not equal to. Number 9, n is greater than or equal to 17. K is less than or equal to -7. Number 6, v is less than 4. R is less than -4. P is greater than -12. And for number 12, x is less than or equal to -14. So these are the answers to your inequalities and their matching graphs. So please check your answers at this time. Please flip to the back of your page and check a few of these. Please make sure that when you have a problem like this, you need to add 16 to both sides. You will be left with -12 is less than v. You need to flip these. v, -12. The variable always has to go first. When you flip these, so does your inequality. So v will be greater than -12. And that's why your graph goes this way. Number 14, you can check your answers. N is going to be greater than -18. X is going to be greater than or equal to -8. X is going to be less than -13. If at any time you have any questions on how to solve any problems while I'm not here, please circle or leave a note on your paper, and I will be happy to help you when I come back. Please continue checking your work. X is going to be greater than 9. R is going to be greater than 13. P is going to be less than or equal to 4. This is one that switches, so please be careful. Number 18, x is going to be less than 1. For number 20, n is going to be greater than -13. And number 22, n is going to be less than or equal to 3. This one also flips, so please make sure that you do not have 3 is greater than or equal to x, that will not work. You need to flip it to this. For number 23 to 26, a is going to be less than 17. P is going to be greater than or equal to 3. Number 25, n is going to be greater than negative 83. And number 26, x is going to be less than or equal to negative 19. This one changes as well. All right, at this time, we need to go to your notes from yesterday because we need to fill in how to multiply and divide. The rules are almost the same as when balancing equations. So when you're multiplying, multiply each side of the inequality sign by the same number. So if you have, for example, x divided by 4 equals 4, you need to multiply both sides. I should say it is greater than or equal to, because we're doing inequalities. Multiply both sides by 4. When you do this, these 4's will cancel out, and you will be left with x is greater than or equal to 16. When you graph it, 16, close circle, to the right. The only difference with multiplying and dividing inequalities, this is something we need to remember. If you are multiplying or dividing by a negative number, you must flip the inequality sign. And I will show you what that means in this example. When we divide each side of the inequality by the same number. So if we have negative 3x equals 12, let's put greater than or equal to 12. Okay? You know that you need to divide both sides by negative 3 in order to get x by itself. 12 divided by negative 3 is going to be negative 4. However, this is the big difference. When we divide by a negative number, the sign flips. So instead of it being greater than or equal to, it's now going to be less than or equal to. That's the only change when you're multiplying and dividing by a negative number. Only when multiplying and dividing. When you graph this, put the negative 4 in the middle. It is a closed circle, and x is going to be less than or equal to 4. I want you to flip in your packets to your Tuesday worksheet. Now, if you look at this Tuesday worksheet, the answers are already there for you. What you are going to do on this worksheet is a little different than normal. You are going to show me how to get the answer. So I give you the answer, and I give you the inequality, and how to graph it. You're going to show me how to solve it. So So for example, number 1, x divided by 3 is greater than negative 1. You are going to write this down and you are going to show me how to get x by itself. Because it's division, you need to multiply. Both sides need to be multiplied by 3. They will cancel out. You'll be left with x is greater than negative 3. You must show me these steps for full credit. Couple reminders. Please remember, if you are multiplying by a fraction, to get rid of it, you need to multiply by the reciprocal to both sides. There are a bunch like that, so please make sure you are multiplying to get rid of the fraction. And I will do one more with you. I will do number 10. We have negative 3w is less than 21. You are dividing both sides by negative 3. Because it's multiplication, you need to divide. You'll end up with w and negative 7. Please remember, when you are dividing by a negative number, multiplying or dividing, the sign switches. So instead of being less than, w is going to be greater than negative 7. Please work on this worksheet for the remainder of class. If you did not do last night's homework, please make sure you have that worksheet complete as well. This packet will be due when I come back next week. Have a great day.